Just when the celebrations of the New Year were going on, my birth brought an added happiness to my entire family. I was the second child after my sister. Whenever something wrong goes in my house, there was only one person whom everyone knew. Guess who? You. Of course, it was me. It was me whenever the window glass breaks. It was me whenever the food spills. It was me whenever small amounts of money goes missing from my dad's pocket. I was a naughty kid who would annoy my parents with my mischievous acts. Like any other brother-sister relationship, I used to fight with my sister for almost everything. One of my main battle was for the TV remote. I always lost to her in the fights, and the TV remote goes to her hand in majority of the situations. My dad is a teacher by profession, yet he gave me a lot of freedom in my childhood. Unlike my mom, who always pushes me to study. There was only one thing I always thought about in my childhood: cricket. More than half of my childhood was dedicated to cricket. Not playing, but watching it. Whenever there was an Indian cricket match, my dad and me would lay on the couch the whole day watching cricket. I used to play cricket too with the kids in my neighborhood, who were 5 to 6 years elder to me. Playing with them, I rarely got a chance to bat or bowl. I have completed my 10th standard in my hometown, Kakinada, Andhra Pradesh. After that, I moved to a different city for my 11th and 12th standard to an IIT coaching institute. It was my parents' dream to get me to the IITs. But it turned out to be the worst 2 years of my life. We had a very hectic work schedule and I felt very hard to adjust to the environment there. At the end, I was not able to get into the IITs. But I managed to get into VIT, where I opted for computer science. I had a deep desire to start a business rather than taking up a job. I had a business partner too, with whom I would discuss all the business ideas that we could start after our graduation. At the end, I landed an IT job, so I took up the job. I have joined the firm and I started working very hard during my training period. Just a few weeks into my job, this feeling has started to settle in me. Waking up in the morning, rushing to the office, working the whole day there, so that I would get paid at the end of the day. Suddenly it wasn't making any sense. I was scared. And for the first time, I was daring to ask myself, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? I have zero interest in the job I am doing right now. And I definitely don't want to do this forever. I was thinking, so what do I do now? Should I go find my passion? How do I know what I am good at? I was staying awake at the night, staring at the walls, and thinking of those days where I used to be deeply involved in business discussions with my partner and had that excitement to make things happen. So I decided to do something out of the ordinary. I want to be an entrepreneur. I decided to start a business. But I didn't have the slightest clue where to begin. I have no friends, no relatives who were in business. I was completely lost and confused. Just after that, I was researching on Google, where I found this online community of real entrepreneurs coming from different parts of the world and trying to build a business from their laptops sitting in their homes. I was fortunate to be a part of that community. I spent hours daily interacting with the people in that online forum. I started to read different books and enroll into different business courses to gain more business knowledge and develop my skills. Soon after that, I have started my first ever business as a side hustle. It was a dream for me. After I started the business, the results were not as expected. There were a lot of challenges along the way. But I realized that the challenges are just a part of the journey. All I need to do is to learn from them and keep moving on. I have realized that one of the core skills an entrepreneur needs to possess is the art of communication. And that is the exact reason why I have joined Toastmasters. After all these in my life, here I am, standing in front of you today, trying to discover the entrepreneur in me. Over to you.
So we started with the first type of serial killers, which is power and control. Now we're moving on to the second category. These are the visionary killers. For these kind of people, a vision or a voice directs them to commit murder. They are the psychotic type of killers, and we'll see about them a little more in detail. So now we are inviting the next speaker on stage. The next speaker is Toastmaster Ameer. He's attending his project 2 from Presentation Mastery Level 1, and his evaluator will be Toastmaster Srini. Ameer, can you help him with?
Here.
Here, Srini. You have the objectives, project objectives. Can someone help Srini getting an online?
What is the project?
Level 1 project.
Project 2.
Level 1.
Speak on any topic, take feedback. Is that right? Am I right? I mean,
Wait, Satish.
speak on any project, any topic, take feedback.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
first time or second time?
Second speech. So the previous evaluation.
The second time or you doing this?
No, like
No,
it's
first
second
time.
speech after the
Okay, so first
First
time
time,
evaluation.
first time.
First time evaluation.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
So time to note is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Ameer, this too shall pass.
Describing the day, the emotional part. I had struggles. Cheated by someone. Lost the person whom I loved most. Heartbroken. Everywhere problems. I started questioning myself. Why I am not having a perfect life? The people around me are very happy, laughing, smiling, enjoying their own existence. But why my life is rural? Tears fill in my eyes. My tearful eyes saw a sheet of paper in the corner of my room. That paper described about the woman who perfectly imperfect life made her who and what she is today. That article described about the woman who, in pursuit of her dreams and aspirations, made other people realize when you think your life is hard, you're giving up on this because you think your life is unfair to yourself, think again. When you think that way, you are being unfair to your own self. TMOD Toastmasters. She was 18 years old when she got married. Of course, it's not a happy marriage. Just about 2 years after getting married, she met in a car accident. Her husband fell asleep and the car fell into a ditch. Her husband managed to jump out from the car. She stayed inside the car. She sustained a lot of injuries. Her arm, breast, shoulder, collarbone, rib cage, everything were fractured. After so many struggles, they ended up in the hospital, where she stayed 2.5 months. She had undergone a lot of surgery. One day, the doctor came and said, well, I heard you wanted to be an artist, but you ended up a housewife. I have a bad news for you. Because of your arm and wrist is deformed, you can't hold a pen again. You can't paint again. She stayed quiet. Next day, the doctor came and said, your spinal injury is very bad. You can't walk again. She took a deep breath and said, it's all right. Another day, the doctor came and said, because of your spinal injury in your back fixation, you can't able to give birth to a child. That day, she was devastated. She started questioning her existence. Why am I living this life? This is the point of living this life. Cannot walk, cannot paint, fine. Cannot be a mother. We all have something in our head. Being a woman, we are incomplete without having a children. My dear friends, I believe the power of words. The words can break you, make you, heal your soul, or damage you forever. Her mother held her hands and said, this too shall pass. God have an amazing plan for you. Those words are magical. That's what kept her going. After 2.5 years, she can able to sit on beach. She saw herself in the mirror. She's completely changed. And she said, I cannot wait for the miracle to come and make me walk. I cannot sit in the corner of my room, crying, cribbling, begging for mercy, because nobody has time. I have to accept myself the way I am. Sooner, the better. We all fear all the time. Fear of unknown, fear of unknown, fear of losing people, fear of losing wealth and money. We all scared all the time. Everything in her life started when she fight against her own fear. She wrote down all the fears one by one. You know what is her biggest fear? Divorce. She couldn't stand in front of this world. She made her emotionally very strong when she got a message from her husband. He's getting married. She built the courage. Took a phone and text. I'm very happy for you. I wish you all the best. The fear go away. Her second biggest fear is she can't able to mother again. Then she realized there is so many children in the world. All they want is acceptance. There's no point of crying. Just go and adopt one. That's what she did. She started painting. Her painting sold millions. She started disability awareness in NGO. She done a lot of art exhibitions in Pakistan. She is the first wheelchair-born artist in Pakistan. She is featured as BBC 100 Women 2015. She is one of the Forbes 30 under 30 2016. And she is Muniba Mazar, so-called Iron Lady of Pakistan. Her story made us realize the problems are not too big. We are too small because we can't handle it. When you feel the problems, struggles, and pain arises, when you feel you cannot handle it, hold on a second. Just take a deep breath. Straight to your own soul and say, this too shall pass. Or